is that the world has lost Muhammad Ali at the age of 74. People all over Twitter and Facebook and social media talking about him, remembering him, thinking of his family. Certainly thoughts and prayers to them today. But he had certainly, excuse me, been somebody who had just taken the boxing world by storm and then transcended it into so many other areas of life where he proved to be such an inspiration to people.
Changed boxing, and I think he also changed the world in many ways, standing up to the Vietnam War at a time when the United States was torn over the issue. He changed our views of spirituality in some ways, going from a Baptist upbringing generally to the Nation of Islam, on to Sunni Islam, and then to Sufism. A very complicated man in so many different ways. His last challenge being Parkinson's disease, which was the thing that he carried with him for over 30 years.
You know, his daughter, Layla Ali, posted a picture of him with her daughter, Sydney, who was born back in 2011, and said, "I love this photo of my father and my daughter sitting when she was a baby. Thanks for all the love and well wishes. I feel your love and appreciate it."
And she followed him into boxing.
She did follow him into boxing, and I always have to wonder what he thought seeing her there. He had been there. He knew how tough it was. Do you wish that for your daughter? You know, it's that kind of thing.
I know.
But you know that he was her biggest fan. Boxing promoter Kelly Maloney is with us now, perhaps best known for managing Lennox Lewis when he won the heavyweight title in 1992. Kelly, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. I understand that you had met Muhammad Ali on several occasions. Help us understand what he left you, what impression he left you with. What do you remember about this man that you will always take with you?
Well, the first time I ever had the privilege of seeing Muhammad Ali in the flesh is he was still Cassius Clay. It was just before the Henry Cooper fight at Highbury in London, and I was very lucky to skip off school and manage to get into the gymnasium at his public workout, and it was one of the most, I don't know, he just sort of mesmerised the whole room. People just stood there in awe of this man. And I think I was about 14 at the time, maybe a little bit younger. And it was then that I realised I wanted to get into boxing and work with heavyweight boxers. And then I met him later on in life. After one of the Lennox Lewis fights, we had the privilege of meeting him. Lennox had an audience with him, and it was just fantastic to be in this room with Lennox Lewis, who was the current world heavyweight champion and whose hero was Muhammad Ali. And to hear Lennox talk about Muhammad and how he inspired Lennox to follow in the boxing ring, and to hear Muhammad pay Lennox Lewis compliment, and to see Ali to throw some sort of jabs, fun jabs, and had to duck and dive, and calling Lennox champ was the most amazing, humble thing that I've ever witnessed.
Kelly, we call him the greatest. Muhammad Ali, that's the nickname he's gone by for years and years. But could you give me a sense from the boxing perspective, what is the biggest lasting mark that Muhammad Ali will leave on the sport?
You know, I don't know, because he was so many great moments. Everyone talks about the fight in the air with the Rumble in the Jungle with George Foreman. But my great fight that I remember was the Thriller in Manila with Joe Frazier, when both of them were on the point of absolutely exhaustion, coming out for the last round. And Joe Frazier's trainer, in the end, just waved his hands. And Ali admitted, "I'm so glad that they've done it, because I would have collapsed in the neck in that last round." And I think that's an amazing compliment, and I think that was one of the best fights I ever witnessed. And as a young person, I saved up my pocket money to watch the first Joe Frazier Muhammad Ali fight at Madison Square Garden on closed circuit. And even that, when you just watch this man, they were just fantastic. His fights with Ken Norton, his fights with George Foreman, even the fight with Henry Cooper, the first one, when he was put on the floor. I listened to that on the radio with my father, and there was just something about Muhammad Ali completely.
Yeah, he was. You were transfixed on him when he was in the room. Kelly Maloney, thank you for sharing your memories. We really appreciate your thoughts and your voice on this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Now, look, there are some great quotes by Muhammad Ali. Some of them very profound. Some of them very funny. Remember, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Muhammad, all in his own words, is what's coming up for you next.
Also, he was more than a boxer. Muhammad Ali was the global sports icon in a way few others have ever been able to match. His influence on sports coming up next.